Guys, behind me, we have one of the cleanest high K 100 series with over 600,000 Ks in the clock, and introducing GTurbo's new build series for YouTube. All right, guys, I know you're going to ask why we bought such a high K 100 series. Our customers ask this all the time, and we're here to prove to you that a high K engine doesn't reflect the life expectancy of your car. In this short build series, we're going to be taking this car from 0 to 100 step by step, showing you guys exactly what we do here at GTurbo. We're going to be starting with our package 1, ending with our package 4, which this car will probably leave here about 350 to 400 horsepower at all 4 wheels. So it's going to be an interesting build series, so stick around and let's get this car into the workshop and install a UniChip. Johnny just finished the UniChip install on the 100. We also went with a 5-map select so we can switch it on the go. We're gonna get it onto the dyno now, and Graham's gonna run a bit about the setup to you guys. We are early days, so there's not much going on, but he's gonna explain a bit about the UniChip and why we do it a certain way. So let's get it onto the dyno.
Hey, Graham from GTurbo here. Really exciting time. We've finally got the 100 series on the dyno. We've had it for about 6 months and just been too busy to get it on the dyno. We've used it heaps, towed with it heaps. Great vehicle, 630,000 Ks on it. Okay, so we've run it up and it's pretty much textbook. 330 Newton meters at the wheels, 140 horsepower at the wheels. We've run it in lockup, okay, so it doesn't have an inflated torque figure from the torque converter slip or anything like that. It's just me carefully rolling on the throttle as we're running through the run, 1700 RPM through to about, 3.2 thereabouts. And that is pretty much what Toyota says it is. So that's pretty exciting. Also, these are known to have sensitive gearboxes. We're going to be talking about what we do about the gearboxes through this series. And I'm pleased to say for the first time testing on the dyno that the gearbox seems to be in pretty good condition. So I've got high hopes. We set up the UniChip different to other companies. We follow the injection pulse cycle on the computer because on this particular model with the A750 5-speed gearbox, they are known to have a burnout 5th gear quite frequently. And the way we get around this is that we program the UniChip to follow what the factory computer does rather than using throttle position as a load reference. That might sound like a bit of complex talk, but really what we're trying to do is do full torque reduction, which is what the factory computer does to protect this modern gearbox. It's a relatively small gearbox, which gains its strength from the fact that it's clever in the way it operates. We need to respect that operation, and we do that by programming the UniChip accordingly. All right, so since we're going to be running this up now, I'm going to take a guess on where it's going to be. You can see that it's really rich in the top end here. I would say that's sitting on the smoke limit rather than the heads being poor flowing. We don't know at this stage whether the EGR was active or not on this vehicle through its life. If it was, it'll be absolutely horrendous, and maybe we can do a video on that later. But it is running quite low boost. It's only about 0.8 of a bar. I would have expected 0.9. Doesn't sound like much, but 0.9, going from 0.8 to 0.9 will take the AFR from 16.3 low here to probably around the 17.3, something like that, which is enough to get it not hardly smoking at all. But I'm going to say that providing the injector pump, which do wear out on these things after about the high 300, mid 300 kilometres, if we can get the top end fuel in and everything else, we're going to do about 170 horsepower and probably about 450, 480 newton meters at the wheel. So let's go. Controller on it. Okay guys, so what we are doing here now is loading our default 5 map for a standard vehicle that we send to customers around Australia. I'll be very interested to see how it goes. We have had absolute success with this file. We are targeting 18:1 at 18 PSI. So there you go, I've set it. So 1.35, 1.4 bar, about 18:1. We'll adjust the boost after the maps have finished loading, and we'll see how close this 638,000 kilometre vehicle gets to what I'm targeting. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, just a couple of minutes ago, we were loading our default 5 map file into this vehicle, and I said, well, I'm not sure how it's going to go because it's done 638,000 Ks, and all going well though, it should be a flat 18:1 at about 1.3, 1.4 bar boost. And here we are. It is rule of flat 18:1. This is on map 1, by the way. This is the top tune, and we are doing about 1.4 bar. That was 4 clicks on our boost controller, which we find is, maybe it was 5 clicks. That's about right anyway. We give as many clicks as required. So did a little bit less power, went from 141 horsepower to 164, a little bit more torque, went from 335 to 492. And the torque converter didn't slip at all. It was very solidly locked through the run, so I'm really quite excited about this. It's a little bit early to say whether or not the pump has much more fuel in it. Certainly it's put fuel in everywhere we've said. I did say to Jordan earlier that we're probably going to run about that 17.5:1 air fuel ratio throughout the videos, so that there is at least some kind of standard in presenting the improvements that we get for every model change we do. So yeah, so I'm really happy with it. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add a little bit of fuel to it and bring the air fuel ratio down to be about halfway between these two lines, which is about 17.5%. And then after that, that's the end of this. We're on to the next stage. Okay, guys, so I've added a bit more fuel, got it down in the 17.5 range there. And you can see that it has made more power and more torque everywhere from the start of the run. The slight variation at the front is just the way I roll on the accelerator, really. And you can see that it actually has a relatively efficient burn still at 17.5:1, because we can see that the power has gone up proportionately. So now we're looking at about 170 horsepower and about 505 at the wheel. So that's a really great result. I've got high hopes for this. Yeah, so it moves on to the next stage now. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching episode 1. It's been a whole lot of fun. Really happy with the result. Very happy with the car. But we are out of turbo. So next episode, we're going to be changing the turbo, retuning to suit, and we'll see you there.